I'm going to break it down as simple as it can get. Everybody talks about carbon, but I'm going to talk about sustainability, and I'm going to talk about really doing more with less. We want to be as efficient as possible in ag, touch it once and be done with it, and make it so that your equipment is putting everything in the exact right spot when it needs it, and then focus on the care and the nurture of that crop. There's a lot of great products out here from a technology standpoint, but if what you are trying to do is it's a continual improvement process. And if you focus on trying to be more efficient, trying to squeeze exactly the right nutrients into the roots of that plant or from the air or however they can get it so that that plant is performing at its best at all times, that's our focus, right? So you got to start it right. You got to get it in the right spot, good seed to soil contact. Technology that's in here for the hybrids, the seed, we don't scrimp on the hybrids. We buy the best hybrids, and it is the latest and the greatest. And we try to our very best to say, here's the best hybrid for this specific place. So we find a great partner, seed partner that can help us provide us even before we start planting. Then we look at our soil analysis that says, here's how we're going to grow the very best crop that we can. And we put all of our fertility right in that row. And we let Mother Nature perform its best with the cover crop and the no-till practices that we've got so that we keep the ground covered as long as we can. Just like, people who have a garden, they mulch their crops. That's exactly what we do. We treat our cover crops as the mulch, and we let it so that we keep that ground cool and conserving all of its energy so that it's going into to growing the crop. And then throughout the season, right, we monitor. We don't put fungicides out unless it's a case that we see a risk that it's there. We do the scouting. We follow the crop all the way along. And then, as we go to harvest, we try to be as efficient as possible. And if that hybrid's going to dry down in the field, we let it. If we've got good stability in the plant and the stalk strength is there, then we're going to harvest it so that we've got a good, efficient, naturally dried kernel of corn and soybeans so that we're actually putting the best quality of crop into the bin as we can. So our focus is really on energy, which is in turn measured in carbon intensity. So at the farm gate, it's a really cool thing if you can do that, because your CI score at the farm gate goes down. That's important to the ethanol industry. So wearing my other hat at the ethanol industry, that industry is focused on really getting it so that they're raising the level at the level of efficiency in the Midwest and every place that they can grow the kernel of corn. Because we have to compete and we have to lower that CI so that our ethanol and our soybean oil is scored low so that it can be used for energy. And if it's going into the food business, how they can make it so that it is also a sustainable crop. So we grow great crops. We grow sustainable, high yielding crops that total output versus the amount of energy that went into it, the ratio improves our CI, and that's our focus.